Yo, 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 what's going on, Mickey C?
Yo. Okay.
I was trying to do something different for this episode. You know, I've always been just going, Michael. But I thought, try something different. What would you give that out of 10?
Three.
A 3? Yeah, that's fair. I don't know, but anyway, we'll just stop with that and talk about the fact that this is Trivia Flashback, episode 14. I gotta say, this is a match that we have always talked about wanting to cover, especially with this team. Would you say that, Michael?
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you for your opinion there on that. It's very in depth.
I'm just
Are you putting the okay? If anyone doesn't know, Michael is probably posting on Facebook that we're live, and I'm trying to get him to banter, and it's not working because he can't do two things at once.
Yeah.
That's all good. But yes, while Michael is doing that, we've got a comment. I wonder what. Oh, that's just a StreamYard thing. Anyway, I did not just wake up an hour ago and still trying to understand how my brain works. But anyway, we'll just mention the fact that yes, so we have a team. We're doing another teams match. In case you didn't know, we are of course doing Ginyu Force versus Double Indemnity. But we have two very special guests on. They are the 2021 Movie Warzone Teams Tournament winner, the 2021 Movie Warzone Rookie Team of the Year, official, and the former Movie Warzone Team Champions. We are joined by David Nishimoto, Payson Johnson, the lovely Ginyu Force. Welcome, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
I guess what my first question is, because you guys are like probably the newest in the kind of crop of rookie players. How did you kind of like get into the community? Because I still have no real idea how it kind of started for you guys. I'll start with David first.
Okay. Well, I was always a fan of movie trivia. I watched like Schmodown before and like watched a lot of like SCN stuff. And then like I was just trying to break into movie trivia. Like, how do I do this without just is there like fan leagues? I had no idea. So I just looked on Facebook. I looked on Schmodown, and I found Full Metal Trivia. And then I'm just like still kind of like confused on how to, get inside of it. But I just made a comment one day and then just asked around and then did some classic matches. And then like I did it like I couldn't do it like too much, so I did like once like every few months, and then finally I started like doing it more and more, and then but I had no idea what the other fan leagues were too. I didn't know multiplex. I didn't know the other one, so then I guess one day I think somebody I don't know like I think somehow I just got into the other leagues, and then I started playing, and then I got matched with Payson, and then played each other, and then and then everything just started rolling out. Like he asked me to be his partner. We got asked to be in a faction. Yeah, it just worked out like that.
Payson?
Yeah, like David, I was also a fan of the Schmodown. I found the fan leagues through that. I'm not sure if you guys know this guy. There's a Schmodown player named Paul Oyama, and
I'm familiar with him.
Yeah, sounds familiar. And I started watching, and then eventually, it's weird. The reason I didn't sign up earlier was because I never had a webcam. And then when everything went online, I was like, okay, I should probably get a webcam. And then, I started signing up for classics. Like David, we met there. We had our first match against each other. And then I've been watching Warzone for a while. I saw the team sign up, and I just, like the classic thing you do when you're new to the community. You're like, hey, we played together in a match. Want to be together in a team? And David was like, yeah. And I'm like,
sure. Payson's a nice guy. He was, and he knows his stuff. So it's like, yeah, perfect.
I was going to say, because I can't think of many other teams that like play each other in their first match, and then we're like, man, we guys should like be a team. Like the only other instance I can think of, and Michael, quote me on this, is it Quinto and Vasquez? Did they do that in Full Metal?
Maybe. The only one I think of is Bowman and Scully in Fandom.
I was also thinking that one in Fandom, because they both played each other. Then they're like, let's be a team, and then Mischief managed. That's how they kind of became in Fandom.
I know it wasn't their first match
Yeah,
together.
I guess you can say that. Like, yeah, Peso was like my first, like, true friend of like fan trivia. So I was like, yeah, it was, it was perfect. Like, I knew him the most of everybody, I guess. So
Yeah, I mean, you kind of like gravitate towards someone that you already know. Yeah, because that's similar with Michael and I. Because we had played teams before, but we had a triple threat, which we've reacted to on Trivia Flashback. But even then, just hanging out with the same people, and then just like, man, we should just be a team. Certain things kind of worked out. But I would say like your run, like you guys play each other in Full Metal, and it's like, man, we should be a team. And then you join Multiplex, and then you see the Warzone team sign up. You go in for that. Did you expect, like, as a team, that you would have such a crazy run during 2021? Like, you go from your first rookie match to playing a legit team in Double Indemnity. Like, was that pressure always there, knowing that, like, we have to win a series of, like, many matches to get to a title shot? Like, was that ever in your mindset?
When we started, I'll be honest, no. After this match, the possibility was 100% there. This is why I think this match is so interesting, because this personally changed my perspective, not only on Trivia, but as this team in general.
And I actually forgot to put the banner. I forgot to put 2021 Movie Warzone Team of the Year. I put Rookie. So shout that out. You guys won that, just for everyone who forgot 2 weeks ago. But I was going to say, because speaking of what I was talking about with Warzone Team of the Year, I feel that you guys are, and this is maybe a little bit of an ego thing for me, but you guys are, I feel like, are true successors.
Thank you.
What's that look like?
I mean, it's just like so like arrogant.
I know,
right?
I think Jake doesn't have to. You guys are the greatest family team of all time. Like let's just.
That's what I want. Yes.
Let's just put it out there.
No, but it's in the sense that, like, you guys team up. You have a great rookie team, the rookie year. Like, have a 4-0 start, like, to a title shot. You guys lose that, similar to how we lost the titles the first time. And then a tournament win, like you go straight through the tournament, then win the belts. Like, I feel like that there's a similar narrative. And I also just feel like personality-wise, Payson and I are pretty similar, and David and Michael are in that sense.
I 100% noticed that. I'm like, yeah, and the exact.
Payson and I, we're chaotic neutral, and you guys are like the true neutral. So you calm us down in that sense. That's how I feel about it. But so you guys you team up in Warzone. You guys play squad to squad in your first match. Was that sort of like, it was good to kind of get the the toes wet in the how it's going to work for us in this league, and also the fact that you guys like had a phenomenal performance, like, for a rookie team. Like, you guys went double perfect in round one. David got the bonus as well, but
both it, yeah.
It's like, was that like, okay, we could actually, this sounds really good, like, as a team, like, kind of knowing how you guys worked?
I'll say I was incredibly nervous before the first match, because let alone, I don't want to, I always feel like I'm going to miss every question wrong in every match, every time.
Yeah.
But then also I didn't want to like mess up for my team. Like, I have a team partner. I don't want to be like the reason why we lose, kind of stuff. But after that first round, I was like, oh, okay, now I know, these questions, and like, okay, I think, I got the hang of this. And then, and then, well, we'll go
I
on
remember
to the
that
next
first match pretty well, because I was watching, and then I messaged Jake. I'm like, hey, have you seen this match yet? And he was like, no, why? Like, should I watch it now? Because this is when we had access to the multiple.
We had access to the channel, so when it was like
the day of, and I was like, well, they do something that I think you'll be very interested in, and I'm just like, like, you guys were the second team to, like, in round one go perfect and get the bonus, and I remember, Jake, like, faking man, was like, damn it, like, we wanted to be the only team to do that, but it's, if anyone's gonna do it, it's gonna be you guys, and I remember that sort of immediately put you onto, like, the map for me. It's like, oh, okay, like, these guys are like,
this is a team to look out for. Payson, you saying anything?
No, yeah, going into that match, it was definitely one where, okay, first match, the nerves are definitely there, but I also knew the skill level of me and David, and I knew we could take Albert and Matthew. No disrespect to Albert and Matthew, they're
I mean, they're probably mostly fandom players. So like,
but
I was
yeah,
gonna say, especially Albert, yeah.
Albert especially is a beast of fandom, but that is definitely his primary division. So I was like, David, I know if we try our hardest, we can absolutely win this.
And then you guys do win that match. I think it was, I believe it was a TKO. It was a good start off for the season.
I had to answer my 1-pointer.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So pardon that. But yes. But you still win the match. Did you know that right after that you would be playing Caleb and Cameron in your next match? Like, did they ever say that this is what's going to happen?
So I stayed on call a good hour after the match, and they just told me like, hey, you're going to be playing the winner of Double Indemnity and Kumite. And I was like, okay.
Two teams. I mean, you eventually would play Kumite, but that's just like Meltzer and Bill, and then Caleb and Red Shot. It's just like, man, already throwing you in the deep end after that.
For real.
To be honest, I did not know any other players in the fan league, so I had no idea how good Caleb and Cameron was before we played him. And then I watched the previous matches, and I'm like, oh, this guy is answering every question right. Like, oh my god, this is a little bit harder than I was thinking. But then I was a little bit more nervous to play him. When that happens.
So the green room set up, and it's like, okay, so this is serious. What was the strategy going into it? Strength wise, what did you guys choose, and why'd you choose it, and how was the mentality going into it?
Well, we definitely were I told David look, sports is not their strong suit. Let's lean into that. So we gave them post 1980 basketball movies, and then we were also I don't think Ice Cube is probably an actor that they probably have gone through deep dives like we have. So we were let's give them that as well.
Yeah. So is both those strengths of both of you, or is it one, this is my strength and yours is this? How do you kind of decide that?
They were definitely David's strengths that I was I want to try and get good so that way I can at least keep pace.
I mean, basketball for sure is my strength, but Ice Cube was just I've seen a lot of Ice Cube movies, but it's not I knew a bunch of them. So it was just for us, we had to freshen up too.
I learned this later in the year, but just because you are a fan of something does not necessarily mean you are a strength level fan of that thing.
That's something you learn when you do movie trivia this. It's oh man, I really like Madonna, but how do I really like her movies? Yeah. And it's that sort of crazy shit.
Yeah, our second match too. I had no idea what kind of notes I should write for each movie, what kind of questions it would be. I'm still kind of it was
because I mean each league kind of has its own it has its own format and its own way of studying and prepping for a match. And Warzone is just so much you got to put a lot into it, not just studying wise, but just strategy and just how round 2 can play out. And Michael and I have had so many conversations where it's just what if we get this in round 2? Then what do we do in round 3? And just what if they're up by this many? And it's just there's just so much you got to kind of prep for. And I think we're ready, Michael. If you have any more questions.
I remember leading up to this match, it was because I remember Caleb studying Ice Cube, and he actually because I think still at the time Ice Cube was a Schmodown category, and so he got Paul to just help him go over some questions. And sorry, Caleb.
I remember this.
Caleb was definitely taking this match seriously, and I was yeah, it's kind of funny.
I think onto that, let's get into the match. I guess before we get into it, I'm going to ask, when's the last time either of you have seen this match?
I would say about probably at the beginning of the year. I was you know what, I'm just going to do an ego trip and just watch all of Ginyu's matches throughout.
I mean, I do that all the time.
You're talking to two guys who do that.
We are notorious. We love watching our past.
Of course, most people know I had to watch every single Warzone match to find the precedent, so I watched it.
Yes. Of course, the Queen Elizabeth debacle.
Oh, yeah.
No. But yeah, you did it?
I think it was during the Warzone Teams tournament. I watched it again before the final match or something, just to see the quality of Caleb and Cameron, or well, maybe not the final, but the near the end. And stuff.
I mean, you were playing Caleb and Cameron for a second time, technically in the finals. Just different Calebs and
Oh,
Camerons.
good point. Good point.
But
Yeah,
all right,
I'll tell you,
think
I've watched so many of my matches.
Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, no. I think that's a bit team. I don't think I'm going to finish that sentence. Actually, so.
Wait, what? No.
I was going to say. It's TMI. It's TMI.
That's fair.
I've seen so much of my winning matches. I can't watch my losing matches.
I've seen so much of matches.
Yeah, there's
some
certain
matches
I'm just like
on the toilet.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's happened a
Most of
lot.
the time.
Yeah. But I reckon let's get into the match.
The record of 1 win and no defeats.
Wait, still doing
It is
introductions.
Payson and
Oh,
David. Ginyu
Wow,
I missed those.
Oh my goodness.
and
And,
introducing
And
second.
yeah,
wow.
I mean, going
The
back to these
record
early
also
Payson
of 1
matches,
win
it's a
and
bit
no
of a
defeats.
shock to the system.
It is Caleb Boatman and Cameron.
This looks like
Bradshaw.
it's. I mean, the way you guys look, it looks like it happened 3 years ago.
I know. I was gonna say.
I'm not saying that you guys have like
That happened.
that's completely different, but it's just like
Well,
Payson's
Payson's
actually
so
baby
dominant.
Round
face.
number 1 is going to work like this. You're going to get 8 questions. In
Also,
8
Jake, Michael, I
categories
think
of
you'll
15
appreciate the
seconds
shirt I'm
right
wearing.
down your record. If you get it right, you get a point.
Trying
If you
to
get
see
it wrong,
it.
you do not get a point if you manage to get all 8 questions
I'll
correct.
just tell you, it's my Plain View and Sons shirt.
You also have 3 repeats and 1 challenge to a match. Any questions before we get going?
Payson, is that like your DVD collection behind you? Is
No,
that
that's my manga collection. I have no.
Oh, manga. Okay.
Category of biopics. In The Disaster Artist,
Oh, I love this.
Tommy and Greg
Oh, yeah.
traveled to the site where which
Yeah,
I didn't know this one.
I got this
Yeah.
question once in the what's his name league once.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen it in a while.
The way where you
I
put like
remember
corn in
like,
holes.
One
Yes.
time in
So what
school,
shirt are you
we were
wearing,
thing
Payson?
in our gym.
It's a Plain View and Sons shirt from
We
There
were
Will
there
Be
for a
Blood.
while, so I just kept doing it.
Oh,
Oh.
that's cool. That's really
Plain
cool.
It was
Yeah,
there.
Plain View.
3,
For you or fun for all?
2, 1. I think just me. Pens down. We'll start with Redshaw
James Dean.
and David
I don't have it.
and Boatman.
No idea.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa!
I was gonna do a Lyso impression.
It's gonna happen if the room or anything like that's mentioned.
That is correct.
Do you reckon spelling counted there?
Question two.
I'm not going to explain why I made that
Everyone, your
joke,
second
but
question comes in the
if you know, you
category
know.
of Comedy.
Oh,
Shit.
And the question is, in Napoleon Dynamite,
Actually, don't. I'm trying to remember. I don't know.
I can tell you. Okay.
Summer,
I adore Napoleon Dynamite. This is a rough round 1 question. Like, this is a deeper
I mean,
one for
yeah,
one in our team.
Yeah. Also, I haven't seen the movie, but I wouldn't know what.
I
This
Yeah.
What's even guess?
And no one
At this point, I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna fuck up this whole thing.
Well, isn't this like where you end like sort of
I'm not in
ritual,
the
like
club, I just know
just start off like
Club
Yeah,
Dreams,
Yeah, I always started off pretty shitty in the first round.
3,
But luckily, I think Redshaw was
1.
I think we both scored. Me and David both scored 6, and Caleb for that matter.
And Boatman.
oh okay that's
Yeah, Payson was saving us. I think.
So, what you guys didn't pick? Did you guys pick Napoleon Dynamite against Stallions the first time?
Yeah, just because I know how Brian
Cake
is.
is correct.
Here, if we want to pause,
The only one getting that.
Oh yeah, Michael.
oh okay
I 2.
yeah, probably the meanest and most devious I've ever been in this league is picking Napoleon Dynamites against the Stallions because 1, I adore that movie. It's one of the movies I've seen the most amount of times. And 2, I know Brian has actively said it's one of his least favorite movies of all time. And I know Brian's going to watch it, so.
Yeah.
That's good choices. You got it right, but it's okay.
Question number 3 comes in the category of directors.
Okay.
Who made their directorial debut with 1987's?
Oh man, Payson and I. Is this my 5-pointer against Payson
Have
console?
you ever been
Really?
Or
Oh
my
have you ever
God.
been-
Yeah, this was,
It was the deep cuts. It was not deep cuts. Sorry, it's the IMDb. So it was like
Yeah,
Chris Columbus and then the plucky words.
it's a pretty popular movie.
What's wrong
I got a fairly easier one as well, so I can't.
Yeah, we both got like cult classics from the 80s.
Yeah, I got 84, Patrick Swayze,
World War Three.
yeah,
Oh, Red Dawn.
Colorado, yeah.
82, I believe.
First
I don't know,
repeat.
but
The
I thought you guys were the release date experts.
Wait, Red Dawn is 84.
Yeah.
84? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Just released it, Conan the Barbarian in 82.
The movie I was referencing, by the way, is the Mike Myers.
Yeah, this is just a question
classic,
that
The Cat in the
I
Hat.
just knew.
Which some
Although it is
say
funny.
is like the original.
I think both made the joke that I think all of us would have
Joaquin
made
Phoenix's Joker.
when this
About-
person ends up in a match.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or it's just me. I'm the only one who says that 3. 2.
But Holtzman has a good radio
Hands
voice.
down, we'll go to Boatman.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh my
he's,
god.
I think he's well trained.
Shit. Oh, he's an actor. Yeah. He's an actor.
Doesn't Chris Columbus own a production company that's like 1408 or
92.
something like that? 42, yeah.
92,
So
yeah.
my American history is not that.
Pretty much the Explorer. Yeah.
Conquest of Paradise.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Ridley's.
Oh,
Category
man.
of action adventure. And the question is, in Patriot games,
Okay,
Jack
this
Ryan
question.
interfered with the
I love this question, to be fair.
These are always fun questions, at least for round one, because it's always guessable.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, so the answer is IRA.
Mm.
The first thing that came into my head is the IRS, and I couldn't get it in my head, and I'm like, what a fucking boring ass movie. It's the IRS.
Oh, that'd be great.
I mean, you get like Tony Gilroy or something to do that.
Yeah, you get Gilroy or like. Who's the guy? What's the Adam Driver movie that was on Prime a couple years ago? The Report. Yeah, get that guy. Scott Z. Burns, I think.
Not sure about this one. NSA? Yeah, and I just guessed NSA.
And Doc.
I don't even know if this is an adequate answer. I wrote KGB.
And
I was surprised everybody. I mean, a lot of people didn't get this IRA. I love that movie.
And
Good
Boatman.
job, David.
The IRA.
The IRA is correct.
One toe to toe with.
Of the two I missed in round one, that is the one I absolutely should have.
Category of actors and actresses.
Is this the famous 3 different?
Yeah, these fucking questions are the worst.
That's such. I don't even know if they're a pet peeve for like everyone, but it's like sometimes I feel like I get it like right away, and then it's like I
Yeah.
cannot
Do you know this,
put
Jake?
all 3 together. I'm trying. Let me see.
They're all describing like.
It's
cat, I believe.
Fuck. No, I definitely think I know this at the time of the match.
And
Yeah.
also,
It's yeah, it's Walking Phoenix. I thought it was. I was like, when does he play the Spy Rapper? I was like, wait, himself in the.
I'm not there.
I'm not there. Well, I'm still here. Sorry.
I'm still here. Shit.
Yeah, we both
You
made
made
the same.
you made the mistake. Lucky it's not an actual trivia match. So
Yeah, Bob Dylan wanted to be an aspiring rapper.
We'll start with Red Shaw, I believe.
Sorry, but this is rough today. I said Terrence Howard.
And
Not a
Why
bad
it's
guess.
Terrence Howard now, though. Roman.
I mean, I guess would he really play?
Right.
How would he play Roman Emperor?
Or something else.
No, I love that me and Redshaw both go for the rapper angle.
Be Mackie. Like,
What am I thinking?
okay.
I mean, if someone like put Jamie Kennedy, then I could understand that.
Hell yeah! Oh god.
Be Richard Harris.
I've
or
seen the
fuck?
movie too, and I
Yeah, Richard Harris. He wanted to be a rapper.
He was
That's a
a
good.
emperor. He was an emperor.
all 3 characters were from the movie Joker.
Oh, Inherent Vice, not Miami Vice. I don't know.
Can I just say that like Tuli is like the best host across all leagues?
Hmm.
Like, I'll be
His cadence and just positivity, like it's yeah.
The lives of
He's a really good
soldiers
host.
in Hawaii during the lead up to the Pearl Harbor attack.
These are some of my favorites where I hear the words which 1953 film, and I've memorized every Best Picture winner. And I'm just like every eternity.
Yeah, like, okay.
Then I hear Hawaii. Awesome.
Yeah.
Hawaii.
Yeah, I feel like after you hear Hawaii, it's like okay. I feel like
Yeah.
Well, then David, like you had to get this, right?
Yeah.
Trust the
Yeah.
rest.
I know all the Hawaii movies. Every Hawaii movie. That's my advantage. No.
Nice.
One pens down.
I've never seen it though. I still never seen this movie.
Yeah, I've got to get onto it.
It's good. It's not my favorite classic movie. It's not my favorite classic movie.
And Payson.
Well, Sinatra won a Academy for
Yeah,
this.
supporting actor for that. Yeah.
I'm here to eternity.
Everyone is correct. It'd be kind of weird if you weren't.
So at this point, like you guys have a 2-point lead. Like you're winning against Double Indemnity. Like, are you guys feeling like better about the match?
Yes, but also like we're 6 questions into round one. It's not time to be like, okay.
Yeah.
On that.
It's so funny. This is one of those releases.
73?
I write it down and I'm like 80% sure.
Will this be added to horror icon?
Like there's
Was
that.
it? I'm sorry, Mike. My release dates is really rusty.
Oh, this is fun. Watch my
I have no.
watch my face, watching David's face react to the right.
Chainsaw, what date would you do?
3, state of mind to.
Was it 75?
We'll start with.
You're going either direction.
Oh my god. I hate my life.
And I'm like, good job, David.
Yes, yeah.
I felt that. You got it. You got it.
And David.
1974.
Correct. And
Yeah, it's one of those
Especially when you can like communicate with each other without even saying.
I know, seriously. I could always tell if I got it right if looking at Jason's face.
2010's film was the directorial debut of Boots Riley.
I love this movie so much. This
I was
is,
lost.
One of my favorites.
Incredible name.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, I know what it is.
Okay, so Jake, so what you say, the 2-point lead
Mm-hmm.
does not change throughout the match, and you'll notice
Oh, yeah.
like
It's
but
Danny
it's
Craig.
played the exact same throughout each round at this point. It
Because
was
you guys scored the same in round 2 and 3, right?
same in
Yeah,
round 2.
multiple once or twice or something like that, and then round 3, I think you both sweep.
It's
the
why,
10
like,
points.
I think Redshaw took this loss pretty hard because it was like he was the only one different in round
David.
1, and so he
I
felt
think it was
like
me 6, David 6, Boatman 6, Redshaw 4.
yeah, that's why I think it's like
Mm.
Well, this is the animated category round match, right? Round
They
2.
get- Yep. Yeah. No, that's our first match. They get animated in
Oh,
this one.
right. Okay.
So, this will bring us into round number 2. Round number 2 is our wheel round. We are going
So yeah, like that.
to
It's 2 points.
So yeah, definitely going into round 2, the nerves are starting to go away a little for me. I'm like,
Because you
okay,
have control now. Because
yeah,
you guys like deferring, right?
100%.
They get
Yeah.
first unless they land on opponent's choice.
And they like deferring as well. So it's like knowing that okay, we can put them kind of on the pressure.
For 1 point. But beware, stealing is available.
Stole that.
Can happen.
Bowman is correct. I watched Alex 17 earlier this year.
I watched it literally yesterday.
I love that movie.
Animation, post 1980 basketball movies, crime, 1970s, Disney animation, Ice Cube.
So did you feel like okay with Disney animation? Like, was that something to kind of like worry about?
Yes and no. We'll get into the questions, but at the time I was it's your opponent's strength, so you're always hesitant.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst thing in the world. But it was not my strength.
Yeah.
We're just gonna spin the wheel.
It's pretty much a friendly wheel, though. Besides,
So funny thing about this,
Oh, yeah.
Boat and Doc, I was a little surprised they didn't take this.
Yeah, well, I think it's a category they're okay with, but I think they were hoping for something better.
Yeah.
I think with them knowing that they're down, they needed to hit something
they
they were
did.
comfortable with.
You get spinner's choice.
yeah, and he did it. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will take Disney animation. Yes.
Yeah, had a feeling.
What was the other category they picked?
They just picked the animation,
Oh, just animation. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Actually, Disney animation's a fandom category.
which I'm guessing they just took it just because they saw us struggle a little in this World Spell match. So they're like, let's just.
I think that's exactly what it was. Yeah. Which I mean, not bad strategy.
Okay, so funny thing about this.
In Brother Bear, Kenai's totem is a bear.
So I didn't have time to watch Brother Bear, but I did this whole like
Isn't it love?
just Wikipedia dive right before the match, and this is one of the weird things that I immediately remember. Like,
I remember watching this in the cinema and just
Yeah,
like
I saw
paying
it.
attention to the ideas like love. What?
oh, one of the most famous Boatman moments here. But
The thing that just happened. Your second question. In Robin Hood, Friar Tuck is portrayed as what kind of animal?
Stupid ass Robin Hood and animal questions. Sunk me in the reverse free for
Bowman is a master of trivia, but his one weakness is what do animals look like?
I think we should probably multiple choice just to be safe.
The infamous what does a triceratops look
A,
like?
rabbit. B, badger. C, bear.
I'm sorry, Bowman, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Badger, final answer.
That's correct.
Should probably get on to Robin Hood, so I never miss
Your
out
third
an animal question again.
In what film would you find the characters
Oh, this is what I do.
Andrina?
I was gonna say I know this. I knew this at the time because I'd watched it like a month earlier.
Yeah.
Yep.
And see,
Why'd you watch it, Jake? Did you watch it for any reason?
I watched this podcast. I'm a big fan of. But,
in my earlier matches, you definitely see me like react to easy questions.
I mean, I always actually. I want to pause.
I try not to do that. Yeah, we can pause.
I wondered this because, like, you guys did this a lot. Was that like was that a strategy thing? Or you like trying to, or were you just guys just like?
No. I wish I could say it's a strategy thing. But I get so emotional during these matches, and it's especially now with me being a writer. Like I absolutely cannot do that, but yeah, I try to limit it just because it's always kind of a dickish thing.
I mean, I can hold it in, and then after it's done, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
What is the name of the Darling's dog which takes care of the children in Peter Pan?
Oh yeah, Nana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, God damn it, that's an easy question.
I didn't know that one, so
Really? Oh, okay.
yeah. But if we had gotten it, we would have gotten it.
Reminder
TLM questions as characters.
I think the Little Mermaid question's fair. I think the Peter Pan one's probably is the easiest of the round. Which I mean, you need to have like one
Voices
soft
Tiana's
kind of.
mother.
Yeah.
Princess and the Frog.
I thought this was Oprah for.
I'm trying to cheer up.
Yeah, I know this one either.
I thought it was Oprah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Multiple choice.
Had no clue.
Okay. Multiple choice options are A. Whoopi Goldberg, B. Jennifer Lewis, C. Oprah
Jennifer
Winfrey,
Lewis.
D. Angela Bassett.
Well, one of those people is cancelled at
Is
the
it
moment.
Oprah?
Wait, at the moment. Oh yeah, that's right. Yes, yeah.
You're right. Yep, you're right.
She said some hot. She said some. Yeah.
Want to go for it?
Not like Gina Carano.
Repeat the question.
Okay. Your question.
and repeat.
Who voices?
Didn't they once ask you, Jake, for like a 2-pointer in animated? Who voiced
Who voiced Tiana? That was in the match first.
That's way back when me and Cornhole play are a team, and it was just I hate that question so much.
It's insane for a 2-pointer. It's insane.
The category was actor and actresses, like famous actors and actresses, and I literally can't remember her name, but she's not a famous actor.
Anika Nani Rose?
Yes, I believe that's yeah.
All right, so we'll bring in Ginyu Force's manager and bring back up the wheel. And
What's
Ginyu
this?
Force, here's your first spin.
We didn't have our shirts at this time, right?
It lands on the 19.
No, we did not have our shirts.
Would you like to keep that or spin again?
All right, can we pause here?
How do you guys feel? This was kind of.
So I know, at least for me, going into the spin, from our first match, I kind of had opponent's choice PTSD. So, like, my thought was, like, if we get something we're okay to good at, let's just take it. Let's just take it, and we'll see. Like, now, taking 70s down 6 is a risk, but...
I was gonna say, because you're only down 6, and it's like 70s...
Yeah.
It's like, what, middle of the road category for you guys?
Yeah, my personal favorite film decade, but, like, it's also a decade, so it can be broad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was okay with it.
Yeah, kind of bold to like take it.
I know I talked and I said I felt okay. We're in a place where we have to get points. What do you want to do, David?
Tough choice, son, all right?
Just putting it all on David.
God damn.
Yeah, I
don't know what to say.
I do remember them telling us. I think after the match, Colsman told me if we would have spun again, we would have hit their strength of animation. So we did a smart decision. So
if you feel okay, you're feeling good about it.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Okay,
about
let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
So you're keeping 70s?
Gotta love that. Let's do it. Vague response for the host.
What do you mean by that?
Do you want to take it or do you want to spin? Like,
yeah, let's be risky. Risky in what way? Is it like
way?
risky
I feel like it's risky in either way.
Yeah.
We want to tempt fate, and it's like, wait, how do you want to tempt fate though?
1977's Suspiria.
One of my favorite horror movies of all time.
Oh, you should have said Lightning McQueen though.
Yeah, I know.
Dario Argento.
Dario Argento.
I have to tell that.
What is the name of the club?
I have to say, I'm a little upset that you went multiple on this one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I never
Just a
seen
little.
this. I still never seen this.
I don't know. For some reason, I know Cabaret well without
Well, I
having
haven't
never
seen
seen the
it, but
movie.
like this is one of those things. Also, we have Kit Kats here. I'm sure you.
Oh yeah, we have
No, it's
candy
a
bar.
completely fair question.
B, the alibi room. C, the
And it's one of those that, like, the second I heard it, I was like, that rings some sort of a bell.
Ring a bell?
Yes, thank you, Spence. Piccolo, ring a bell. You have origins Dragon Ball Z.
Leave it up to you. So it was Pearson's suggestion to pick Ginyu Force as our
correct for 1 point.
team name, by the way.
I was gonna ask, like, so I'm not an anime person. Not something I'm super familiar with. It's a Dragon Ball Z thing or Dragon Ball.
Yeah, pause.
Time out, please. Thank you.
Yeah. Ginyu Force is just like one of the like it is a villain team in Dragon Ball Z, but they're one of the goofier villain teams.
I mean, you can see on my wall over there. There's 2 Dragon Ball posters, banners, whatever. And then so Payson saw that, and I guess that what influenced his idea.
That was your connection where it's just like we're both Dragon Ball fans.
I'm into anime and Dragon Ball too. It's like,
do we just become best friends?
Yeah.
That's correct for 2 points. Question.
I got asked that literal question, the Faber College one, in a round 1 match against Dustin Mason. Michael hosted that as well.
Not an ordinary thermos for you, but the extra best thermos that you can buy with vinyl and stripes and a cup built right in.
What kills me is I thought the jerk, because it was like, it sounds like a Steve Martin thing, but like we have one, we're down 1. We have 2 questions left. Let's just try to see what happens.
And you have you have the mulligan to go multiple 3 times to still have the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Multiple.
All right, your multiple choice options are A, Young Frankenstein, B, The Jerk, C, Murder by Death, or D, The Muppet Movie.
So this is one of those ones where it's like
Vegeta sounds.
you can eliminate Murder by Death because you could be like, if you expect us to remember like Murder by Death quote, like, then like fuck you, like so, like if you're like I'm okay missing that, then like that's not on me if you know that. So you can immediately like it's one of those ones where like you have to be careful with them.
And your final question, the 1970s. Who played a character simply known as the Gunslinger in Westworld?
Yul Brynner.
Yul Brynner.
So it's Yul Brynner, but like you can see in my face, I'm so exasperated that we're going to be going into round.
You just wanted to get big down. So the fact that you're up is good.
Why can't I say the name? I'm like, thank you, David.
So at the end of round number 2, I have the score at 20-18. Is that what you have, Tui?
Indeed, it is.
We are gonna have you on. I guarantee you. In the next month or so.
You won't like the next one that's probably going to happen too. It's also a 2021 featuring Caleb.
We'll have you on in the next month. I promise you.
Our teams to choose from today are
Featuring someone who's in the match we're watching.
So does Redshaw have little brothers or something? So that's a bunk bed behind him. Right?
Yeah, I've always wondered, like, is that the office or
like what is?
All right, we are back.
Then Bolt has one chair facing the background. Like, what's going on?
And they're 4 in Billy Wilder, whereas Ginyu Force is chosen. They're 1 in romantic comedies. They're 2 in drama. They're 3 in action.
And I talked to Boatman like months after the match, and I'm very happy we went to the lead because from what I
they would have
heard,
taken release dates.
if they were even 1 point ahead, they would have taken release dates. So.
Is that just like that's the number 1 category for both of you, and you weren't really thinking too much about just opponents and like if they got it?
In A Serious Man.
Oh, well.
The same.
Of course, you can see my face like Coen Brothers shill A Serious Man. I love A Serious Man. Yep.
Was this the category of Collins?
No, it was category of I believe drama. So.
Was your uncle?
And I think you missed a part of that title, The Masterpiece, A Serious Man.
Oh, I love that. That's great.
Number 2, In
Oh, it's
Another
like
blind
you
spot
said.
for me. I gotta watch that.
winner.
Serious.
Who plays Glinda the Good Witch?
I think you just might be okay, David. Honestly.
I love that like
Michelle Williams.
these two categories, like directors back to back, and just categories me and Jacob use with Collins and Sam Raimi.
Yeah, Sam Raimi.
Yeah, I know, and they just both show up. Yeah, we always wanted Sam Raimi, and we never spun it, unfortunately.
Question for 1 point in
Yeah, that's
category
true.
round.
Really?
Who plays the bride in Bridesmaid?
Sneakily deceptive question, by the way.
Yeah.
Maya Rudolph.
It's like
That's correct.
it's Maya Rudolph, but that movie has like a huge gap.
Game, but still
You could
It's
just
one
think it's
you
for
like
some
haven't
reason.
seen like
2-point question in the category
In a
of
while.
drama.
I made the same mistake with the movie Tully, where I was just like, oh, it's Charlize Theron. Like, who plays the titular Tully? And I was like, oh, shit.
No,
Oh,
What classic
Yeah.
drama?
I can't believe I used a repeat here.
Cafe
Yeah, okay,
I-
yeah.
I had a brain fart in this question.
Pause.
Actually.
So
you got 2
the
timeouts.
reason I use a repeat here is because for some reason I had never thought of the place as a cafe. Like I'd been like, oh, it's Rick's. Everybody comes to Rick's, and just the cafe part just for some reason threw me off. And like I should have just shot for it without using the repeat, but yeah.
The next more like a bar. I guess I can see the confusion there.
If I was in your
The
place,
Ricks.
Jason, I don't think I would have. I don't know.
That's fair. If we had only had 2 repeats, I would not have used it. But because we had 3, maybe that's what I was thinking. Like, let's just go for it.
Yeah, be safe.
I mean, Adelaide does make a good point. I'm just saying.
If a plot point about Play It Against Sam was a
Also, I wouldn't call that a classic drama.
yeah. Well, no, yeah, you challenge it because
It's
if you
in the
follow
70s.
classic that came out before 1970 by Warframe standards, that is not a classic. If I miss this, I'm gonna feel so dumb. If I hit it, I'm gonna feel so dumb that I had to use a repeat.
Well, yeah, if you did miss it, you were
Right,
going
that
to
is
be so
fair.
dumb. So I'm glad you did get it.
And 2, it just says it should feel dumb.
Just guess wrong. I don't know.
Question. We'll go back to Double Indemnity for their 3-point question in the category of movie release dates.
It's Mel's Diner in American Graffiti, right?
There we go.
Yeah, that's it.
Your
As
question.
Now my movie.
Yeah.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory was Charlie and the
Classic
Chocolate
release date question you get if you pick it for the 3 or 4 pointer.
So, first one was 71.
We've
The first one's 71.
I was a little foggy on the original, but
Hmm.
yeah, for sure I knew the remake. But
You're better at math than me.
no, I knew.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
34, final answer.
That is correct. For
We're
3.
going for 3.
Gotta love those math questions.
Algebraic.
And like go in like 3-point action adventure, like it's a genre I know we both like, but like you never know what could happen. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Ginyu, of course, your question for 3 points in the category of action adventure.
Yeah, why did you pick action for the 3? Was it just a genre that you guys were okay with?
Yeah,
The artifact that
I'd probably
created
say so.
Machines in 2007 Transformers.
yeah, I was so happy I got this. I was like, oh my god, I know this.
Yeah.
Ballpark.
And that was another moment. I was just like, I'm so excited. Like we're doing this. We're doing this. Get it. I know the ultimate. Get the name out. 3-pointer. Ray Drake. MODOK versus Patriots.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just
that's
like,
it. You know exactly what I would do, like if I was in this situation. Oh man,
I love the first Transformers. I don't know about everybody else.
I remember watching that in the cinema with my dad and my brother. Oh, good shit.
It's so good to me.
Your 4-pointer
What
in
I've
the
done.
category of Billy Wilder.
Just the first.
What I've done, yes.
Ace in the
I'm sure in an alternate reality, a multiverse, if you will, that'd be challenged.
Discovers Leo has been trapped.
But I believe it's a rattlesnake hunt.
And yeah, Doc has such extensive knowledge on Billy Wilder. The second he was that quick on the answer, I was like, they're going to use their repeat, but they're going to hit the question. We're going to be answering a 4-pointer.
So we'll just use those.
Basically.
Yeah, that's like.
It's
like, oh,
actually
shit, we can answer a 4 point.
Yep. I was like, oh, we're doing
this is your guys' first time as well.
I didn't want to answer more questions. I was like, oh.
Like, I'm tired.
I answered the Allspark. Okay, I'm done for the match. Like I'm
my
proud.
my brain is exhausted.
I'm just trying to make sure it's not like some other type of hunt. It's something. Rattlesnake hunt sounded right to you, Bo?
Yeah.
Like maybe if he would have said like snake hunting contest, I'd be like, okay, maybe it's a different animal. But the second he was that specific, he's like,
That is
you know,
correct. 4 points.
Yeah.
All right. I believe it all comes
You gotta
down
watch
to
Ace in
this.
the Hole. It's great.
Of course, you'll get your
Yeah, Ace in the Hole's fantastic. Fucking Red Shaw made me watch it for a deep cuts match last year.
How many replays? I gotta watch that. I know. That's a lot.
You have 2 of them. All right. Your question in movie release date.
These types of questions are always fun.
What year saw the release of a film in the Muppet?
I do kind of enjoy these questions.
Yeah.
I think I actually wrote this question.
Oh,
Nice.
I think I might have written for like a different match and might have carried over. I think that's what it was.
As long as if you know how to figure it out, where you don't fucking pick like if I had picked the Muppets to go off of, that would have been insane to be like, okay, 79, 81, like pick the franchise with the least amount of movies.
Right.
What year saw the release of a film in the Muppet?
I mean, a little bit of a spoiler for the outcome, but yeah, this is. I'll get to this in a sec.
It's 92. We're gonna use our final repeat, but I think it's 92 because Muppets Christmas Carol, Alien 3,
Patriot game.
Yeah, we're gonna repeat.
All right. Your final repeat.
I'm happy you were confident on Patriot games because that was weirdly the only one I was like slightly shaky on.
That's the only one I knew for sure. That's the only one I knew for sure.
You know, like this is like requirement. It's just like fuck.
Because I thought Muppet Christmas Carol was like 93 for a second.
Yo, yeah, I watched Muppets Christmas Carol like 1992.
Final answer.
I love how
1992.
What?
That makes it legit.
Payson was right. Oh.
That is a legit reaction. I was so excited. I was like, I think we have it.
They don't know we're having them for the Stallions match. This time. I'm kidding.
I mean, you had Cody on for 2319.
We just asked. Michael just said, "Hey, just ask him out of the limb. Just see if he wants to be on." And I was
We
like,
went to text Taylor. Payson went when he jumped on the bed.
No, yeah, that's always me grabbing my phone to be like, to let Taylor know, like, we want Sweetie.
You gotta hear.
I mean, it sucks to lose by 2 points when I was the only one.
Oh yeah.
Below everyone else in round 1. So it kind of feels like this is on me.
No, Red Shaw redeemed himself with the singles tournament.
We
played well still, so.
Where I didn't need to,
And I was like, yeah, like 28 points, like is the highest rank.
Something. Co-host still says something here that I am still perplexed why. Like, it's co-host, so like.
But we still played well, so I'm not too ashamed of anything. They just played fantastic. So.
Yeah, I definitely remember losing my shit when I saw the outcome. But I definitely think I saw it live.
Okay.
So,
So here, pause.
I'm sure you'll be.
So it didn't pick up there, but co-host just like, yeah, Payson played great, and I'm just like, we played the exact same.
No
Like,
love for me. Okay.
Knowing Coho now, I now know like.
well, because Payson, you pointed when in that 4-pointer, so that's why Koho, like, he just saw that you were the one to have it.
Oh well, that 50% of what Coho says during matches is nonsense. So.
Well, I mean, there are two types of people, so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
No, I really wasn't insulted. I was like, okay, cool. That means you think, you know.
Don't even go.
You're salty. That means you're salty.
Yeah.
That's the man class. I love that. And Dunk.
Is there
Co-host a
anyone
little rap scale.
playing in the tournaments at that point, or are you open to whatever?
I mean, it also just like it's the unfortunate with like the hype that Double Indemnity had,
No,
and also
yeah.
also Manhattan Project as well. Like, I'm not saying just those two specific teams, just because they're Kingsman related.
No,
But, like 2021, they had a lot of hype going into them, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a bit of bad luck.
These two guys need a freaking break.
Yeah, great game, guys.
You totally did have a point. Like when you are stacked, especially at the end of the year, like trivia stuff is like.
Our winners, Ginyu Force. So I have been informed that your score of 30 points has tied the 3-round points record. So that's
Boom.
hey, you guys feel.
I guess you tied it with us, motherfuckers.
Which match did you guys set that?
Start off pretty bad.
What's that?
Which match did you guys set that record?
Round 1 of the tournament, Pain and Gain.
Oh, that's
when we played
right.
Scott and Ryan. Yeah, that was like right after losing the belts as well, and so that was like kind
It was our first match.
made me feel better. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was intense. That was one of the best.
No, and I just was at a loss for words at this point.
So there was only
I would love to talk trash about Bowman and Red Shell, but I can't.
10 questions in total, right? So each team, so you guys missed 4 questions, and they missed 6.
Yeah.
So really high accuracy.
Yeah, no.
I mean, 30 points. That's incredible. That they got 28. That's ridiculously hard to beat, and they got spinner's choice, and you got something you weren't 100% on. You moved through the 70s really well, and that 4-pointer, like that's
I love
just
how you
like
can see my Naruto pajamas
and put it together.
that I'm wearing right off the side.
Against Kingston, so good for that. And but Bowman and Red Shell are fantastic players. So that's
I totally forgot Pain and Panic.
absolutely
Beat the Geeks and League is also tied.
Yep. Dang.
Wow. Shit.
2021 was a great year.
Someone's gonna get 31.
It's gonna happen sooner or later.
Oh yeah, and I have this.
What are you talking about?
Jason always has some good anecdotes. Like I
So no, in 2018 when we had this open mic night and I did the dance from Napoleon Dynamite, and that was the moment that Taylor said she realized she liked.
For sure who you're playing next.
Oh.
If I did, I don't know if I'm allowed to
Nice.
say
I'll share that video one day.
We'll see who you guys face, but we're gonna send you backstage and go to final thoughts. Tui,
Yes.
that was an incredible match.
And I'm still shocked that I don't know the full like why they did this, but there was only 5 matches nominated for Match of the Year for both Fandom and Warzone. The year before it was like 9 matches. I feel like this would have been included because this is the first best match. This is the first great match of 2021, I would say, especially definitely movie Warzone. But it's just
round both of them in their
This is definitely like top 3 favorite matches I think I've played so far. In terms of teams and singles. And then can we get into the aftermath now, or do you want to save that?
Wait, what do you mean? Sorry.
Just like the aftermath of the match, like just because like
Oh yeah,
I
we can talk
remember
about that.
when we won, it was like I get messages. I know I get a message from Jake like immediately after the match, like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, that's fucking
God,
optimistic
yeah.
shit. Like,
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
sorry, you say that.
No. I got a message from Paul Yama. I remember that.
Oh
yeah.
After.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he said he
Yeah,
saw
'cause
the video.
yeah,
Um,
going on Facebook and saying Paul Yama's accepted your friend, and then just being a fan of him on the show for years, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
You had arrived. You had been deemed worthy.
Yeah.
Worthy by Mr. Oyama. I was gonna say because we were still the champs at the time of the match. So when I saw that you guys had won, I was like, you know what, I gotta add a bit of intimidation. I'll message them and just like, hey, be friendly and all that, and try and plant the seeds
I
early.
remember, let me see if I can find the exact match, because you said something like, well, you guys got a target on your back now. You better keep winning.
Yeah, I definitely was trying to play like mind games, but also I was just like, man, these guys are great.
This is the same guy who like created a group chat for
Second real.
Second Real, where he's like, "Daddy's coming for those belts, guys." After we won the tournament.
Yeah, I definitely did that, but also it worked out well because I got to show it in the match, and that was like we had just won the tournament. I was like, yeah, fucking, I feel like $1 million right now. I'm gonna just claim ownership of my belt again. But yeah, like you guys, I was like, yeah, you guys. I think after this match, it was clear that you guys were going to make it to the you guys were like the favorites because there was like Bar and Payne and Kirk and Sean, and they had a good run, and even Legalese and Mark and Zach, but everyone was like, Ginyu Force is the team after this month. So
yeah, starting from that match, I think everybody had a high expectation of us. It was like, now we gotta live up to it. It's like, yeah.
Great job, guys. Be ashamed if you blew it.
I mean, and you guys were rookies, so it's just like beating a team like Caleb and Cameron. It was just like, wow, shit, guys were the real deal. We went. Well, I don't want to go too much into your match against Stallions, or like kind of leading it, because we would like to have you guys back and
Second
talk
half of the
about
year.
100%.
the championship match. But I mean, yeah, just win, and then play Stallions. Like,
Loss happens, and then
it happens.
right
It
back,
happens to
and
the
then-
best of us.
I mean, your guys is like first. You guys have had. So what is your record? 9-2.
9-2. Yeah.
Which is 11 matches in like one season.
One
It's
season.
kind of freaking crazy. Like,
Because we had what? We had 9 matches in 2020. Because we lost the first match, and then we had an 8-game winning streak.
yeah.
So
It's
like,
crazy. Like,
yeah,
you guys literally experienced everything you can do in a trivia. Like you went
in
on a
one
win streak,
league, in one
you like
year.
lost in a title match, then you won a tournament, and then you won a title match, and then you lost the next one. It's fucking crazy, you guys.
Yeah, we only
did
lost the
all
title
that
matches. I
one
believe, yeah.
season.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, seriously, like
It's crazy how certain times it's just like it's almost destiny. It's just like, yep, making it to the title match. And well, I think we're gonna unless we have any final questions. I can't think of anything, Michael.
no,
Trying to
because,
like pass the
yeah, I
ball
wanna,
back
like,
to you.
yeah. I mean, we can get into like the second half of the season and stuff whenever you guys come on next.
We do
and all
next
that
time,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
man,
It was a
great
great time
match.
looking back at this. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, this is always I love this show, and it was just as much fun being in this spot.
Here's a good question: is there a team you haven't played?
If you could name any team
Fine.
you want to play that you
Yeah.
haven't after you just had like a brutal 3 overtime devastating loss, but who do you guys want to play next? Okay.
I think the 2 major teams we haven't played yet are Legalese and Second Real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that. Legalese, especially. Yeah.
I mean,
If Lighted Up
get Retro and Adelaide back together. Honestly, that.
Oh yeah, Waterloo. If Lighted Up can get back together, we beat them just so I can live see Dustin Mason rip Dominic Rizzi apart in the match. That would be beautiful.
Yeah, we're lucky enough to have seen that happen twice. But it's man, that's funny because not to we're already going on another tangent, but just like, they played one match at the beginning of last year and then that's it. They're done.
Yeah.
It's just like poetic justice, I guess. But
I've heard stories.
yeah, that's all you need. Just to experience the stories. The man himself is something entirely different. Thank you so much, guys, for coming on. Had a great time going over this match. We'll 100% have you on for the next time. We'll get a real juicy title match for you in the next one. Because I imagine there's going to be a lot to talk about with that one. But until then, next week, is it confirmed?
I don't know. I gotta confirm it, but I think the next one we'll do is Red Shaw. Again, like I sort of said, he had an interesting match first. A certain teammate of his last year,
a certain teammate, like, oh yeah, that really just narrows it down to just.
I mean, I voted that match for the Warzone match of the year, so it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, no, that match is incredible.
I remember. I think didn't we watch that with Paul live, or was it just us two? Because I remember you sending me the link and
No,
like,
it was
well,
me
Paul.
and you. Yeah, I was like,
you.
dude, come on, we're gonna watch this crazy, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
But we'll get into that match next week. I also will say the week after. I talked to Nick Tuig a couple of days ago. We're going to have Nick Tuig and Tim Bracala on, hopefully. Tim will confirm this, but we will be talking about Knights of Ren versus the Two Towers.
Right. Riders of Brohan? Hell yeah.
Riders of Brohan, aka, yes. I got confirmation from Nick. I just got a message to Tim, but that match will happen. We'll definitely be doing that.
Get your sandwiches ready.
And then Caleb Boatman, we'll have you on. We got to figure out a match. But
yeah, Boatman,
Cameron,
do you want to be on for Legalese versus Fabulous Killjoys Rental?
We'll brainstorm a match. And Cameron Holtzman, I'm gonna say that's next month because there's a match that we got to talk about. For my therapy, if you know what I mean.
Okay, yep, I was gonna say.
We have to do that match.
I remember watching that match.
But yeah, that's the schedule for next month. I think that's pretty much it. Thank you, Payson. Thank you, David. Thank you, Michael. And I don't know how to really end these, so I'm just